Hello everyone. Today I wanted to have a look at some really excellent cheapies, and 10 out of 10 in my view. For me, a cheapie is going to be under 50 Australian dollars. So that's something like 35 US dollars. So under 35 US dollars, there's only a couple out of this 10 I've got that are closer to 50 Australian dollars. Most of them are under 30 Australian dollars. So what's that? About 22 US dollars. If you'd like to have a look at these super affordable 10 out of 10 cheapies, do keep watching. The first one I have for you is True Love by Elizabeth Arden. This is such an oldie and such a goodie, in my opinion. It is rose. Rose as in like a rose water rose. It's a little sharp at the opening, which can be off-putting, but that sharpness dissipates very quickly, and then it becomes kind of a lotiony rose water fragrance, and then it gets very powdery in a beautifully rosy, powdery, very feminine. You cannot get more feminine than True Love by Elizabeth Arden. It lasts a good while. Like if you give this a good spray on skin and clothes, it'll last 6 hours. It's a great everyday reach in my view, and also super comforting of an evening after a shower going to bed. Yeah, I know I'm using the word comforting a lot, but True Love is very feminine, very comforting. Do let me know if you still on occasion wear True Love. She's an oldie, but so wonderful in my view. And I think this bottle cost me, as I say, no, I haven't said, sorry, 17 Australian dollars, which might be 11 US dollars or 12 US dollars or something like that. True Love by Elizabeth Arden. The next one I really wanted to talk about was Pure Honey by Kim Kardashian. Such a really good scent. This does not remotely smell cheap. It smells high quality. It smells refined. Again, it's a very feminine fragrance in my view. There's florals in here, but you mostly get this warm, powdery honey note that to me brings to mind pollen. It's very, very warm, you know, kind of daffodil yellow in my mind is the color that this smells like. Very warm, very honeyed. And what I like about this honey fragrance compared to some other honey fragrances that I've tried, and I'm thinking of Bee by Ellis Brooklyn. To me, Bee has a waxy note to it that I find a little off-putting. This doesn't have any waxy quality. It's much more powdery and warm, very pretty. And I have received compliments when I wear this. So it's got some nice projection, moderate longevity, lasts a long time. And again, this is super affordable. You know, this is, I think I paid maybe 29 Australian dollars. So this would be under, that conversion is, you know, under 20 US dollars, might have been 30, but you just wouldn't think so. It's long lasting, very good quality, honey forward scent, Pure Honey by Kim Kardashian. We have, I've forgotten, Katy Perry. Killer Queen by Katy Perry. Now I think this fragrance came out about 11 years ago, but to me it smells like something from the early 2000s. It's only been out 11-ish years, I think. But why I say that, it reminds me of back in the day, early 2000s, of what I would have called a going out perfume. It's because it's so sweet. It's very perfumey as well. So even though this has berries and praline, and I get a lot of chocolate from the praline, I wouldn't say it's gourmand because it's more perfumey than that. You know, it's heavy. It's got that kind of, smells old school. So it's not like a contemporary gourmand. Oh, it's so nice. The berries are to the forefront, and then you get this powdery, chocolatey praline. The only issue with Glorious Killer Queen is it doesn't last that long. This projects for maybe 2 hours and then becomes a skin scent, but it's super fun. It's winter here in Australia, and I've been wearing this on colder days. It just gives me a bit of a yummy boost sprayed over clothes. That is Killer Queen by Katy Perry. We might as well stick with Katy Perry and go with Indie by Katy Perry. There we go. I have mentioned Indie before in a quiet fragrance video. Fragrances to wear to work. This is a perfect work fragrance if you're in a low scent environment. It is a musk fragrance. It's a beautiful feminine musk fragrance. There's different musks in here. What I mostly get is something coconut's not in here, but to me it kind of has a coconutty, a warm coconutiness to it. That seems to come through to me. And also there's plum in here, and I do get the plum. This develops on the skin. When you first spray this, it is a cheapie and there's a fair amount of alcohol in it, and you get that alcohol, but that quickly goes away. And the fragrance itself develops over time. It's very much a skin scent. So it's an intimate bubble, but you can smell this on yourself for hours, maybe up to 5 hours. And I like wearing it in central heating, that kind of thing, because it just, that kind of environment seems to really help this come alive, this beautiful, slightly plummy, fruity musk fragrance come alive. Very enjoyable and comforting. That is Katy Perry's Indie. Amethyst Exquise by Lalique. Oh, that kind of blends in with my shirt. How lovely. This bottle is exquisite. And this is probably the most expensive one in this cheapies list. And it's still under 50 Aussie dollars. So this has been in my collection for maybe 3 years. It was mentioned in FragCom, I think you'll remember, maybe about 3 years ago, probably why I got it. It's delicious. It is a thick, syrupy, berry dominant, B-E-R-R-Y, sorry, berry dominant fragrance. It's got, I think it's got like black currant, blackberry. I know blackberries in here. Oh, it's delicious. It's really delicious. If you think of Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy, this is a grown-up version of that. That's the best way I've got to describe it. I love and own Midnight Fantasy. It's not in this list, but I do really love that one. But this is more mature, more grown up, thicker, denser. Berry fragrances like this, heavy, sweet ones, remind me of the fall in particular, and that's when I tend to wear this one. This is not springtime, it's not summer. It projects amazingly, and it's got some really good longevity. There is a fair bit of woodiness in the base, so it's the thick, sweet, dark berries in the top and some woodiness in the base, which would be the reason this lasts a long time, but it doesn't dry down to just a woody vanillic base. The berries stay, that beautiful berry quality that's so yummy. It remains for the whole duration, and this lasts all day. If it's a cold day, you spray this on skin and clothes. Amethyst Exquise is going to be with you all day. Those around you will smell it as well. And my partner really likes this on me. It is a hidden gem in my view. And these amethysts, there's 3, I think. just aren't spoken about anymore. And I think that's a shame because it's great, great value. And I'm going to say it again, the bottle is stunning. The light shines straight through it. That's Amethyst Exquise by Lalique. This is Gardenia by Elizabeth Taylor. This is definitely 10 out of 10. It is the perfect springtime floral fragrance. It is Gardenia all the way. And it's a very creamy Gardenia. It's realistic floral. It borders on the heady. You don't need to overspray this at all, 2 to 3 sprays. And that takes a lot for this oversprayer to say. But this one, 2 to 3 sprays. And the image that I've mentioned before in conjunction with this fragrance, and I'm going to say it again because it still comes to mind, is a beautiful springtime picnic, grassy green slope, wearing something white linen or white cotton, lovely picnic blankets, sun shining, it's not too hot. And the gardenias, there's gardenias around at this picnic. Again, it's very feminine, it's very floral. In the heat, this would be too heady, but it's actually exquisite because the gardenia is so creamy. That is Gardenia by Elizabeth Taylor. I cannot do this list without mentioning Diamonds and Rubies, also by Elizabeth Taylor. I'm going to be quick for those of you that so kindly watch all my videos. You've heard me talk about this way too much. But for those that haven't watched any of the videos before, this is Diamonds and Rubies by Elizabeth Taylor. I recently finished one of these bottles. This is my second bottle. I go through this quite quickly. This is my scent of the day today. I still cannot get enough of this powdery, it's peach, but it's a tart peach. So it's a peach almost bordering on a plum because it's so tart. It's like a peach wine or something like that in a powdered form. There's rose in here. This just brings an absolute smile to my face. I'm going to do a comparison here because these two, that is True Love by Elizabeth Arden and Diamonds and Rubies by Elizabeth Taylor, you can compare because they both have rose at the center and they're both by the same perfumer, Sophia Grossman, and they're blousy, floral, feminine fragrances. This one is more fun. I prefer this over this, but I do love this. This is more get up and go, fun. The fruits in here come through more, whereas to me, the rose is more prominent in this one. This is lovely. This is lovely, kind of relaxing, cozy, both really good. This one's a little more quirky, Diamonds and Rubies, it's quirky, it's different. This one, I'm going to mean this in a good way, is a little more dated. This one's a little more rose water powder, that kind of thing, a little more dated, both outstanding. I will get through both these bottles. These kind of powdery florals with some fruit in this one, it seems to be gelling with me at the moment. I love them. So I'll put that one back down and just repeat this one for those that didn't hear in the back. This is Diamonds and Rubies by Elizabeth Taylor. I love it a lot. Okay, let's move on to Pink Sugar Red Velvet by Aquilina. I've not mentioned this one before because it's relatively new to my collection. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Pink Sugar because the burnt smell in that I can't handle. The burnt sugar in the original Pink Sugar, it's not for me. It's not for me. This is a more recent, it's still years old, but it's a more recent release than the original Pink Sugar. And I love it. It has strawberry in it. It has this strong strawberry note. We're talking about red velvet. Pink Sugar by Aquilina. It's like strawberry candy. I don't think I've ever eaten strawberry candy, but if there was a hard-boiled sweet that was strawberry, toothachingly sweet strawberry, quite artificial smelling, that's this. It does have the pink sugar DNA without the burned sugar bit. So to me, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I think this is quite contemporary. It's definitely gourmand leaning. It doesn't smell like a red velvet cake. It smells like strawberry lollies. In a certain mood, I'm all for this. It is fun for the weekend, that kind of thing. I love this a lot, and I have been wearing it. It's not been in my collection long, and I've worn it. I must have worn it 10 times. Really, really good. Longevity, I would say 4 or 5 hours, and it's got some nice projection, some moderate projection for the first 3 hours. That is Pink Sugar Red Velvet by Aquilina. I Love Love by Moschino. This comes out in a lot of videos for me because I feel it is really, really good. Super affordable and a hidden gem. The comparison's often made with Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. To me, it's more orangey than that. It's grapefruit in here, but to me, it just smells like a spicy Fanta. Yeah, it is perfect in the hot weather. It stays on in the hot weather. You get it on the hottest of days, you can wear this wonderful, spiced, slightly woody Fanta orange pop perfume, and it will stay on the skin for 3 hours. It projects. Those around you will also enjoy it. I've received compliments when I've worn this. It's very refreshing. I'm going to spray it because I've been talking it up, and I just want to... Oh, now that I've said that, it does have a light blue quality, of course, but it's more orange. It's more orange, and it just smells like Fanta. Very much Fanta, with some woodiness in the base that I'm sure helps it last a long time. That is Moschino. I Love Love. Wonderful. This list would not be complete, the 10 out of 10 cheapies, without JLo Glow. I love this one. This is a summertime staple for me. It is, oh, it's so good. It's classy to me. It's elevated. It's mostly a musky, a powdery musky scent. There's florals in here. There's a touch of fruitiness. It's clean. It smells so clean. On those really hot days where you cannot help but perspire, this is perfect. Refresh with this. Hot, sweaty. This is the cure. JLo Glow. I can't imagine anyone not liking this. It also smells nice to those around you. It's very, very pleasant. It's not overbearing, and it lasts a few hours in the heat. That's JLo Glow. That, friends, is the list of the 10 out of 10 cheapies. Let me know your favorite, and if you still wear some of these. A lot of them are old school. That's why they're cheapies, but you don't have to trade, I don't think, quality for affordability, particularly if you're prepared to have a look at some of the stuff that's been around for a while, and also explore some of the different ones in the older lines. Case in point, Pink Sugar Red Velvet. This is so much nicer than the original Pink Sugar. Pink Sugar is a little dated now. Red Velvet, oh, she's fun. She's girly fun. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely day or night, wherever you're watching this from. Take care, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.